Taurus, you could be dealing with somebody that is treating you like an accessory. And I don't think they are aware of the damage this is doing to your connection. They're unaware of their mistakes. They're not opening up to you emotionally. And it's caused you to close down, to silently observe this person's behavior. It's become very complicated to you. And you're unraveling a difficult pattern with this person because it seems like they enjoy being with you. They enjoy showing you off. They may be, really wanting to love bomb you or rush you into leveling up the connection. But it's like this person sees you as a way to elevate their abundance or their status in some way. You need to really trust your intuition with this person because, you're constantly trying to figure out the way this person actually feels about you as a person because they're not expressing their emotions. You want this person to learn how to open up and allow themselves to feel deeper emotions. Closing yourself off will rarely lead to a fulfilling relationship. So you may have really shut down emotionally with this person because you're already sensing that they're seeing the relationship as status or some way to elevate their social standing or what they want in life. And they don't truly love themselves, right? They lead you to accept this behavior because it's like they feel like you're lucky that they're showing you this attention, right? But it's really you are the one that is actually elevating this person in some way. It's feeding their ego. You're very beautiful. Maybe you're doing really well in your career. Now, keep in mind, roles could be reversed. So cross-watchers, you could be dealing with a Taurus that's in this energy. But either way, one person is wanting to be emotionally available, wanting to figure out and get to know somebody on a deeper level. But it's causing you to shut down Taurus because it's like this person seems very superficial. They seem completely oblivious to the fact that you need more. In order to level up a relationship, you want to know that you can have a meaningful partnership with this person. Maybe things are stagnating or going too quickly. It's like this person is talking about marriage, but they haven't really shown you any emotional depth. Really trust your intuition. Careful not to brush away red flags in a relationship because red flags do not go away. Trust that. Only you can make a call here. And I feel like that's what you're trying to do. You're observing this person. You've started pulling back, expressing yourself to this person. Maybe they kind of, one thing with superficial or narcissistically inclined people is that they tend to brush aside your feelings or disregard that. They don't tend to listen to you when you try to go deeper as far as getting to know them. It's all very surface level with this connection. And I think this person is definitely trying to move up the ladder in a superficial way while you may be trying to elevate on a spiritual level. And some of you are already pretty successful. Whether you're masculine or feminine, you're coming into the relationship with abundance and the ability to really level up as a power couple. This person, but you can't be a power couple if you're only relating to one another on a superficial level. So this could be a very transactional connection, and you're questioning that, you're doubting that. Taurus is the house of possessions. It's about ownership of things. And so people are really drawn to that Taurian energy when they're in their ego, right? They're like, well, this looks good, right? It's just a good accessory to wherever they are wanting to go. You know, they're only looking at outside appearances. And some of you really do fit the ideal or the package for this person, but it can really risk falling apart when it comes to, you know, having a long-term stable partnership. Definitely be aware, or maybe pull back a little bit if they're rushing you into a long-term commitment, because with marriage, this person could be like, what are you waiting for? Why don't you want to just kind of seal the deal here? And that's a red flag too. Someone pushing you into higher levels of commitment before you're ready, especially when they're not even, you know, expressing their love, expressing that they actually care about you. I'm getting somebody could also just be showing you off a lot, so the attention feels really good in the beginning, but then when it comes to, oh, this person doesn't even know what I like or don't, you know, like you could really feel empty with a person like this if you get rushed into it. So yeah, you're coming here because you're unraveling a difficult pattern. Sometimes we're really drawn into, you know, really confident people that are successful on the outside can really draw you into their clutches. You know, your ego can even feel superficially fed by somebody like this. So just be forewarned. This person needs to open themselves up to love. They may be shutting down when it comes to that, and that's, you know, confusing you. Yeah, pay attention to false alarms. Your reactions are alarms going off in your heart telling you to take the plank out of your own eye and pointing at areas in your own life that need to change. So maybe you need to ask yourself, that's a pattern. Maybe ask yourself what draws you to this person. Or maybe what draws you to a more transactional type relationship. But we're going to go a little deeper here. We're going to break down how you and your person are relating to one another right now. I'm going to go deeper with the tarot and just break down where the energy, Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting that with that abundance card. It's like the timing and everything. You know, sometimes people, when it's like, when they're ready for commitment, they're like, bam, I want this person, I want this life, I want to seal the deal. I'm kind of getting that, like a big, and things could really be taking off for you, Taurus. So it's like, you don't want to sabotage having the full package. You know, the good partnership and the lifestyle. Some of you feel like you're a little at that crossroads. Yeah, the devil. Someone could be very toxic, very narcissistic. It's all about them. It's all about the material world. And there's nothing wrong with being successful and having material things and wealth. But you don't want somebody to just be with you for that reason. It's very, that could end up being toxic over time. And then you feel devalued. People like this tend to discard you when you're no longer useful. That's devil energy, using you to elevate or build off of your success even. So be aware of that as a red flag. So Taurus, where are you at? Where's your energy? Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. You are holding back on making an offer to this person or planting a seed because this is all about solid abundance, new start. You may be really not wanting to accept this person's proposal or offer them a new beginning, and that's why they're like really wanting to seal the deal with you. Definitely don't be rushing into long-term commitments. You're already sensing that you're not wanting to plant a seed with this person, or you're maybe wanting to pull back or withhold an offer. And see, that's when they'll start pressuring you. Whether you're masculine or feminine, like an accessory, people want a trophy wife, or they want, or they're a gold digger and they want somebody that's very status oriented. So you're already withholding that offer. What about them? Yeah, King of Swords in the reverse. This person's very methodical, very manipulative, strategic. Yeah, King of Swords in the reverse could definitely be somebody that's in their ego, wanting to strategize how to lock down a new beginning. Why won't you settle down? Why won't you get married right away? Why won't you open up a bank account together? Be very careful when it comes to your finances. Or this could be somebody that is very transactional. It's like they might try to buy your love, or withhold investing in you until they want to seal the deal. And, a transactional person, they can dangle that like a carrot. They can give a lot in the love bombing phase, and then they can pull it away suddenly. And they do it to manipulate or control you. That's the problem with the transactional dynamics. Yes, they can be very abundant, but if it's not the right person, you could end up with somebody that uses that to manipulate or control you. And you're sensing that, Taurus. The attraction to this person is Eight of Swords. Maybe there was trapped. Somebody felt, I'm getting somebody that's in a victim mentality. Maybe they're in a place of desperation. So it's like they're wanting to seal the deal because they're trapped and confused, right? They want to get out of a sticky financial situation maybe. Or, maybe they're wanting to level up, and it's like they're wanting to get unstuck, and this is how they strategize to get out of that with the Eight of Swords. You could be coming into this connection because you need one another. And that's what's complicated, because it's not so much about you, or you're unraveling that it's not so much about how they feel or how you feel. It's about feeling trapped, feeling stuck. Both of you may even want to get out of this. You're wanting to get out of it, but they may be leveraging something over you. And the challenge here is the world. Yeah, there's a repeat cycle with this person. The World card in the reverse is going back to something, unresolved issues, no follow through, right? Sometimes people can promise commitment and not follow through with it. As long as they're getting what they want out of that connection, they're not going to level up or commit. Maybe you do want to be in a marriage or commitment, and this person will maybe withhold that. They leverage that in some way. Also, this is somebody very limited in their worldview. It's very black and white for this person is what I'm getting. They're very unintegrated, well-rounded in both. Sometimes people can be very good at finances and outward appearances, and then really limited when it comes to emotional depth. So you're finding that this connection isn't very well rounded. You don't necessarily see it going anywhere. You've been repeating a cycle. So that was another thing. Yeah, really pay attention to repeated patterns. Why you're drawn to certain people. Are you drawn to them because of what they can fix in your life? Is it a partnership of convenience, or based off being in survival mode? That could be a red flag too. Are you or this person in survival mode and settling? So the truth beneath the surface here is Eight of Cups. You actually are very emotionally unfulfilled. You're wanting to walk away from this, Taurus, but you may feel like you're having to settle. And it's like you're trying to figure out how to get away, right? It's a complex, it's a difficult pattern. Should you stay or should you go? Should you follow your heart and your emotional needs, or settle for something superficial? Definitely your what's hidden is somebody here is not feeling emotionally fulfilled at all. They're going through the motions. And the direction that you're wanting to take this, or where this is headed, if you stay and repeat these patterns, where this is headed, it's Chariot. Okay, so if you decide to break a pattern, there is a chance for success and victory, to being in something more aligned for you. And maybe if you settle, it could be successful in some ways, like on a superficial level. You know, sometimes these connections work if both people kind of agree that it's transactional, because Chariot's all about forward movement, moving forward with it, going along with it. But upright would be something being successful for you, needing to figure out, do you want to be in survival mode or locked down in something emotionally fulfilling? Can you bring in success for yourself regardless of what this person is strategizing? So the advice from a higher point of view, the advice is Six of Swords in the reverse, moving into calmer waters, definitely needing to resolve something. You're definitely needing to figure out whether or not you can be happy with this person. At the end of the day, do you really, should you stay or should you go? Are you okay with just being arm candy, or, you know, a provider? Whichever side you're on, are you okay with that? Can you reconcile that with what your deeper life goals are? Can you be with somebody that's very controlling or narcissistically inclined? You know, obviously this is a card reading. We're not here to diagnose people. Narcissism, that's a whole spectrum of psychological issue. So yeah, we're not here to diagnose that, but you need to consider how much of that you're willing to go with. Is it pride and ego, or is it something that you truly want? I feel like you're really struggling to let go of this connection and walk away. I think there are times when you really want to walk away, and then there's times when you've kind of resolved yourself to maybe you do want to get married to this person, but can it work? Yeah, needing to strip away illusions. There's definitely inner child things going on here. You know, anytime ego dynamics are playing out, it comes from fear and wounding, feelings of abandonment, wanting to lock something down, wanting to feel safe and secure. Does this person make you feel safe and secure? You know, can you fully be yourself? Is this person gonna use you up and discard you, or will they be there for the long term? Only you can decide that. Let's go a level deeper here. Let's get a few more cards. And actually, since we're dealing with a bit of ego here, let me pull a card here. What is this? What is the unspoken message here? If you're dealing with a connection like this, if this is resonating, what's an unspoken thing here? I only see what you can do for me. Yes, bam. My love is transactional, and when you stop meeting my needs, I lose interest. Yeah, this person could switch up on you. Like once they've built on whatever you're creating here, they could lose interest. That's something to consider with transactional relationships. once you fill a need, they can move on, or you could move on. And that's kind of the hidden shadow of these transactional relationships. You're only good for what you provide for somebody, whether it's their status, the way they look. They don't care about discarding you. And I feel like that danger is not acknowledged enough. It seems really glamorous to be in a wealthy, abundant, so-called power couple, but what does that really mean? What do you have to give up? What do you have to compromise? What else? Yeah, that's clarification right there. Confirmation. I mistook patience for endurance. This could be you, Taurus. I stayed longer than I should have, thinking love could withstand. Maybe you felt like eventually love would grow out of this connection. Could be that you're very attracted to one another, but you mistook. You felt like if you stayed, that you could withstand anything. But this person, you're dealing with somebody that's only focused on what they can get out of you. And that's not good. Not good. You're definitely needing to pay attention to the red flag on that. And then voice your opinion. Maybe we do want to take all of these. Voice your opinion. You bring greater insight than you realize. You have to be heard. When shared with compassion, your ideas may be well received. Yeah, maybe you've tried to talk to this person and it's a red flag because it's like you feel like you're silenced, like you're having to silently be fading out into the background, like your voice doesn't matter. Excuse me. Insecurity, communication, and quality time will ensure you both feel heard and valued. So there's insecurity. You want to feel heard. Something about silence here. Embrace the new. Try a new approach. Find a change of scenery. Some of you this person may take you on a vacation or getting out, having a change of scenery will give you the ability to actually talk to this person and figure out what their intentions are. Forest for the trees. There's more to this than meets the eye. A broader lens is required. Yeah, a broader lens. Silently observing. Pay attention to how this person engages with other people. Watch their behavior. Watch their actions. Actions sometimes speak louder than words. This person may say a lot, but a lot of it's just meaningless. It's very superficial. Teaching and learning. You are meant to help each other expand and grow. So there's a lesson here for both of you. There always is in any connection. So this is teaching you a lesson. But if this person's not willing to listen to you, it could just be all about them. You need to use your discernment. This is a collective reading, so some of you will be on different levels of this as far as being seen and heard. It's going to vary from person to person, but you need to be able to learn. Yeah, because you are trying to elevate in some way. Definitely don't let this person control you or take over your life just to use you. Honor the masculine, respecting men, embracing the masculine divine. Yeah, you want to definitely be with somebody that you can respect. Maybe this person demands respect that they haven't earned. That's something to pay attention to. People that just want you to play out a role. Do you honor or respect that? Divine masculine energy, is supportive and does provide and shows up and provides safety. Wounded masculine uses, or they're all about divide and conquer, not about being supportive and loving. So something with the masculine energy, is it wounded? King of Swords in the reverse is more of a wounded, toxic, or distorted masculine energy. They have a very fragile ego. You know, healthy masculines don't have a fragile ego. They can handle you having an honest conversation with them. The return of Aphrodite. I think this is you, Taurus. You're beautiful. You're Venusian. Temple. Birth of the goddess. Guidance. Goddess energy treated as sacred. This person knows that, I mean, you're gorgeous, Taurus. Whether you're masculine or feminine, you are the look. You are the accessory. But they may be treating you not like a goddess, but very superficially. They're only looking at appearances. So, guidance. Goddess energy is empowered. It's not just about beauty. It's about, you know, there's a reason the two of you are attracted to one another, for sure. This person may come off as very beautiful, handsome, you know, like the full package, right? Just be willing to go deeper here. So I really hope that this was helpful for those of you who resonated, and always use discernment when making decisions about your personal relationships and life, okay? Love you guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.